Hello everyone, this is Mehak Upadhyay, Legal Internet Lexis and Company. Welcome back to our channel. Today's discussion would be about the confession made by an accused who is charged of the criminal offense. As we all know, confession is a form of an admission, and it is generally the acceptance of guilt of the offense so charged or so alleged. Indian Evidence Act, some sections of such of Indian Evidence Act talks about when confession would be relevant before the magistrate and when the confession would not be relevant. So in this video we'll be discussing more only about circumstances under what a confession made by a person would considered as irrelevant before the magistrate. Section 24, 25 and 26 talks specifically about the circumstances under which a confession made by the accused person would rendered as irrelevant by the magistrate himself. So let's start with section 24. Section 24 talks about when the confession has been induced by way of some threat or promises. This section says that when a person charged of some criminal offense made a confession, such confession needs to be made before a proper authority, and if it appears to the magistrate that this confession has been induced by way of some threat or promise, and he has sufficient reason to believe that by making it, that person, means the accused, would gain some sort of advantage or would avoid some evil in reference to the proceedings against him. In this scenario, the magistrate can deny to accept the confession made by the person. For example, if the person was in judicial custody and the police promised him that if he confessed, then there will be lesser punishment awarded to him. In those circumstances, if the person make a confession, and the magistrate by way of his gestures and words suspected that there must be some inducement from the part of the authority, and by making such confession he would be gaining something. Maybe it's an advantage, or maybe it was made to just to avoid some evil. So in that scenario, the magistrate can refuse to accept the confession made by the accused person. That was about section 24. So then we have section 25. Section 25 is very simple. It simply says the confession made before a police officer is not acceptable. The main point of this section is for confession to be declared irrelevant before the court of law needs to be made directly to the police station. It's not to not before the third party, or by way of some channel the police is reaching to that confession. It needs to be directly towards the police officer. Let's consider an example. If one person has murdered, A has murdered B, and besides the B dead body, A wrote a letter confessing his guilt, his crime, and the police, after acknowledging the offense, they reach to the dead body and find the letter. Then the words stated in that letter would not amount to the confession, as those words of acceptance was not directly made to the police officer. It was made as a way of self confession. It was, but it was not the confession before the police himself. And let's consider another example. For example, a famous case of K.M. Nanavati, in which Mr. Nanavati killed Mr. Ahuja and later confessed before the police station, before the police, that he had killed that person, and now he wants to surrender. In that, but during the trial, when the court asked whether he pleads guilty or not, he said he pleads not guilty. So that clearly this example clearly proves that the confession that he pleads guilty before the made in the police station before the police officer is not admissible before the court. So that's an example of section 25. Now let's talk about section 26. It's very simple that that if a person is police custody and he wants to make a confession, that confession needs to be made in the immediate presence of the magistrate. The words to be cached in the section are: first, the person needs to be in police custody. Police custody needs not to be on the some bail or some. Police custody means when the person is under the control of the police authority, whether he is just for some examination or just for interrogation or for any other purpose, he needs to be in under the control of police. Then we have confession made by the accused while in police custody. When the person is in jail, he confessed before the police officer or any other person, maybe his co-inmate, or maybe other inmate in the same cell, or some other constable or any other person. This section does not specify what confession would not be inadmissible. It simply said the confession made in the police study. Such confession could be towards any person. It may be towards the police officer, it may be towards the constable, it may be towards the inmates and other inmates in the same cell, or any other person. If the person wants to confess himself being in the police custody, that confession should be made before the magistrate. Made before the magistrate means he must be knowing the fact that magistrate is on. That the magistrate is listening his confession, that the magistrate is present while he is saying his words. If the person while talking with a police officer confesses himself without knowing the fact that magistrate was also present there, then in such situation such confession would not be relevant under section 26. The accused needs to know the needs to acknowledge the presence of the magistrate before confessing or to make the confession relevant before the court of law. So this was all about the confession when irrelevant. In my next video, we'll be discussing about confession when would be relevant before the court of law. Hope you like this video. Do like and share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.